right, hey, Vikings fans, welcome into a very special episode of the Skol Hop. I'm Evan.
And I'm Austin.
Just a couple of dudes like drinking beer, talking about the Vikings.
Yeah,
They're not drinking beer right now because I'm currently driving and there's an open container law in the state of Iowa.
And even if there wasn't a law, it's just not safe. Don't drink and drive, folks.
Yeah, don't do it.
But why are we driving, Ev? What are we doing?
We are on our way to hit up some fantastic Iowa breweries on our little brew hop trip here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been looking forward to this for a long time. We've been planning it probably since, February, March?
Oh, if not longer.
Maybe even a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, you brought it up. We identified episode 50, and you're like, let's do something cool. And what's cooler than a podcast that features Iowa brewed beers going on a trip to feature Iowa breweries and drink their beers? I can't think of anything cooler.
Yeah. So we're making our way down Interstate 80 right now.
Making our way downtown. Sorry.
We are going to go downtown Iowa City here in a little bit.
Yep.
But we're going to hit up some breweries in the Iowa City area. And then we're going to keep making our way down I-80, end up in Des Moines. And yeah, we'll just kind of see where the wind takes us. And we're hoping to try some good beer. And I'm gonna hopefully not get pulled over. I've seen like 4 state troopers, and we haven't even been on the road a half an hour yet.
Yeah,
so.
Ev, we can't afford you getting pulled over right now. So
yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid that. I might actually slow the cruise control down just a little bit here. But, anyways, yeah.
Well, I've been excited about this for a long time. I know you've been excited about this for a long time. The only thing we can say is we're going to try some beers. And I was just up in Iowa City at Big Grove Brewery a couple days ago doing some field research. And I tried one of their beers that I had never tried before. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it was really good. We'll figure out the name. We'll put it at the bottom here. But yeah, we're going to try some new beers that we can't get outside of the breweries and give quick beer reviews and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and if you're listening to us, we're going to try to make this episode as listener-friendly as possible, but as always, probably the best way to consume our humble little podcast is on YouTube or Spotify video podcasts, because then you get the full experience, you get to see the beers we're drinking, and we look really good. So.
Yeah, Evan, you look fantastic. I'm wearing our Skol Hop shirt. So at least one of us is dedicated enough to rep our brand. But
no, I brought mine with. I knew you were going to wear yours today, and so I've just got my good old Skol Minnesota shirt on. But I'll wear mine tomorrow. I figured we'd look kind of dorky if we showed up in matching T-shirts.
Never feel like we'd be dorky if we. We should plan it. Let's matching T-shirts, sunglasses. Let's do the whole thing.
Well, this way, both of us can rep the Skol Hop, and we can do it both days.
Absolutely.
Today and tomorrow. And you won't have to wear a stinky shirt tomorrow.
Every shirt I have is stinky.
Me too.
It's kind of like the Packers, so...
We should not speak of that team ever again.
For sure. So, Evan, what breweries are you most excited to visit on our trip here?
I'm excited to visit all of them because I haven't been to any of them.
Really?
I don't think I've been to any of the breweries that we plan to go to.
Interesting.
But I will say I'm excited to go to Reunion. That's kind of that's where we're headed right now. We're on our way to Reunion Brewery in Iowa City. And I remember several of their beers, and they've all just been really, really good. So I'm excited to go there. I'm excited to maybe try something else that we haven't tried yet. And I don't know, we've even talked about bringing some home with us to have for future episodes.
Yeah, if you've listened the last couple of weeks, we've kind of been mentioning that as far as beers that we're able to access in our local area, there's quite a bit. And we love our local Devil's Glen Hy-Vee. They've had a great selection, and there's a few other spots in our area that have some good selections of beers. But, I mean, when you've been doing this for 50 episodes strong now, it's hard to not double up on beers, and I think the best place to get all of these awesome beers is to just actually get them from the breweries. And most of them we'll be able to walk out with some cans to stock up for future episodes. So yeah, that's a good point.
There you go. What about you? Which one are you most excited to go to?
I mean, so first off, the right answer is all of them. I'm super excited about all of them. Iowa has some fantastic breweries, some really good beers all throughout the state. Just the idea of craft beer has really taken off the last 10, 15 years, and it's just an awesome world, and I love that our great state has followed suit with all of that. But I was just up at Big Grove Brewery in Iowa City the other day, and that's just always great. They have good food, good beer. It's fantastic. Excited to see our good friend Birch the Brown Bear.
Birch the Brown Bear.
Nobody knows he's called Birch the Brown Bear. To everybody else, he's just Birch the Bear. But to us, he's Birch the Brown Blue Bear. So I'm excied to go to Big Grove. Millstream. I'm really excited to go to Millstream. Haven't been there like physically. I had their Oktoberfest at the Amana Colony's Oktoberfest celebration in 2023. That was fantastic. I'm really looking forward to having that again. I think they just posted on Facebook that either they're going to soon come out with the Oktoberfest again or it's available now. So I'm really excited to see if that's ready now. And if it is, oh, you better believe I'm going to have one of those today.
So am I. It's one of my favorites.
And then, just of course, all the Iowa City or the Des Moines area breweries too. That's an area that is a little too far away from us to just go. And now we're going to have the full excuse of, hey, we're here to drink awesome beer. So that's going to be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So, like I said, we're going to try to bring you guys along for as much of it as we can. We're not really sure how it's all going to work out in terms of like bringing our equipment and stuff into these places, but we'll do our best to bring you along, and we'll do our best to feature, like you said, some of the best in Iowa craft beer.
For sure.
There you go. All right. Well,
we're just minutes away from our first brewery.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap things up here so we can kind of head into the first one, but. Yeah, thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy going on a little beer tour of Iowa with us.
Skol.
Skol.
Nice. All right, we're at Reunion in Iowa City. First stop of the Brew Hop.
We are here. We're doing it.
How do you feel?
I feel great. It is a little weird filming content in a restaurant, but
that's all right. That's all right. We're not bothering anybody.
No, they set us up in a nice little corner booth, so
we got some nice B-roll of the place around here. It's pretty sweet in here.
Yeah,
they pointed out their big can wall. That was really cool.
Huge wall of just like super old school, like 60s, 70s era beer cans and stuff. I thought that was neat.
Yeah, we got Pat McAfee behind us talking about Caitlin Clark. Good old Caitlin Clark, Iowa basketball player.
She got teed up yesterday.
Did she? Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah. So, anyways, what are you drinking?
So, all right, I grabbed the menu right here. I have something I've never had before, the Cosmic Creamsicle Juice Factory. It's a creamsicle pale ale. I'm trying it out. A little bit.
It's hazy for sure.
Yeah, it's hazy and 6%, which is like my sweet spot. So I'm excited. I haven't tried it yet. What'd you get?
Well, you wouldn't expect anything different from me, but I got the amber.
Oh, of course.
So,
I didn't know you liked ambers.
Yeah. You didn't know that about me? Huh. So I was looking for their logo. They don't have a logo on their glass.
No, they do on mine.
Oh, mine.
Maybe you're just too
It's
dark.
on here. It's just my beer's too dark.
All right. Let's try these out. Give us our thoughts.
Skol. I already know that I like this beer, so.
Oh yeah.
It's as advertised. It's great. What about yours?
It's really hazy. Nice hops, but not a crazy overpowering hop flavor. The creamsicle, I don't know how else to describe it other than that sounds about right. Like creamy. It's not like a milkshake IPA, but it's in that world. I like it. It's good. It's refreshing, but it's kind of thick. Like the flavor is kind of heavy in a good way. I don't know if you're drinking 10 of these by the pool
Does it have the ABV on the menu here? We should look.
Yeah.
6.0.
Yeah, 6%. Yeah, but the flavor-wise, like it's a full flavored. I see orange and vanilla. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. It's a creamy orange and vanilla. I like it. I would order it again. Absolutely.
I will go a little bit off the beaten path.
Yeah.
In terms of my beer preferences later, but I wanted to start out with something that I knew that I liked. And This is perfect.
This one was the first one listed on their beer menu they gave us, and it said new, and I'd never tried it before, so I decided I'd go for it.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. So far, Reunion, we kind of said we like it. It's pretty sweet. Would you come here again?
I definitely would come here, and it's pretty easy to get to. I mean, we drove past an accident that held us up a little bit.
Yeah.
Here.
That was. Hope everybody's okay on that one.
Yeah,
that was pretty crazy.
That was not great, but other than that, getting here was very easy. It's easy to find. It's right off one of the main roads here in Iowa City. So yeah, I would 10 out of 10 recommend this place.
Yep.
So
we might have to grab some brews to take home for future episodes. But yeah, so far I'm really liking it here.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, well, we'll keep bringing you guys along with us.
Yeah, we
wherever
got a
we
few
go.
more to hit up today. So
Yeah, the goal is to get to as many as we can.
absolutely.
So,
All right. Well, till the next one.
Skol.
Skol. All right, what up, guys? Here we are, stop number 2 of the first annual Skol Hop Brew Hop. We are at Big Grove in Iowa City, and we got some B-roll we'll show up here too. But what do you think? This is your first time here, right?
This is my first time here. You've been here several times.
This
right?
isn't even my first time this week. So.
It is impressive. Let me just say, it's first of all, we're outside right now, and the outside area is massive.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I walked around the inside just a little bit ago. It's also massive inside. Like this place is just huge. So if you're looking to host something and you want to have some good beer while you do it, check out Big Grove.
Yeah, they got fire pits over there. Looks like a little mini playground for, it's either kids or dogs. I can't really tell, maybe both. Some outdoor ping pong and definitely picnic tables and everything. It's pretty awesome.
It's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
So, and we've got some beers here that
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna check out. What did you get again?
So I got the 701. It's a New England IPA. What does it say? 6%, right in that sweet spot. I haven't tried it yet. I was going to do that when you were ready.
Yeah. And I got the Raptor Aid, which is a white IPA. It says also at 6%.
Also, I have to admit something. We ordered, got the beers. I came to the table and you went and looked around. I didn't pay attention, so there's a very real chance that I swapped these out. Yours said a white IPA, so I put the lighter color one in front of you.
This looks more white. This looks more just kind of regular New England style IPA.
So we'll see. So
either way,
Big Grove, if you know that we have these swapped, and if we're wrong, let us know. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through all of my life thinking this is the 701. So we'll try it out.
All right.
All right.
Skol.
Ah,
We're outside. It's fine if we spill a little bit.
that is true.
We'll feed the ants. Get the ants drunk a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like mine a lot.
Yeah, I almost want you to try this to see what if you're tasting what I'm tasting.
You can
All right,
try mine too. 701.
Okay, yeah, yours definitely has that lighter,
That's good too.
almost on the sour end of flavors. They're both still IPAs.
Yep.
Mine has. Maybe I need to try it a little bit more. It's got some interesting flavors I don't normally get.
Yeah, that's really good.
From your average IPA.
I don't know if I can pin down like specifically what's in it that I like, but I like both of these.
Yeah.
I would order these again. For sure.
I'd be interested to know what kind of hops there are, because the different hops can change the different flavors of the IPAs too. So we will not be trying solely ambers and solely IPAs the whole trip. That's just how it worked out these first two places. So.
I didn't order an amber. I wanted to order Birch the Bear really badly because that's a really good one.
Yeah, yeah.
And she mentioned the bartender mentioned that they don't sell it in stores anymore.
You know, I don't know how much I believe. Maybe they would know more than I would, but I feel like I've seen it recently.
And maybe there's some stock out there still that they haven't sold. But
Maybe, yeah.
Anyways.
I do like how they have Birch the brown blue bear, just painted up like a 20-foot tall.
I took a picture of it,
nice.
and that might make its way onto the thumbnail or something.
Nice.
For
Well,
this
I have a
episode, too.
previous picture of it. Maybe I can send that to you, and we can.
Yeah, we can compare.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, so far, really impressed with Big Grove. Great beer. The weather couldn't be better.
Yeah, and again,
anything
we
like
said
this.
it about Reunion. The service was fantastic.
Yeah.
Same here. Couldn't ask for better service so far. They went out of their ways to find us a good spot, so we're not bothering anybody else doing the Skol Hop stuff. And the food, you're gonna love the food.
I'm excited.
I know. I just had it the other day. I loved it. I got the same thing I got the other day, so I'm pretty excited. But yeah.
All right. Well, we'll keep bringing you along wherever we go, and hope you're enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
We
Let
are.
us know. What do you think? What's your favorite Big Grove beer, or have you had it before?
There you go. All right. Skol. All right, hey, welcome back. We are here at Millstream Brewery in Amana, Iowa.
This place is awesome.
It's a cool little spot. It's like everything you would expect Amana to be, and even just like driving through town was pretty fun. And I've never been here before, and I want to come back.
Yeah, I was here for Oktoberfest last September in 23.
Yeah.
A fantastic time. They set up behind the brewery a nice little beer garden, and nice bands playing out with all the nice German beer drinking songs. It's a great time. You need to do it if you ever get the chance. But yeah, this is my first time at the brewery, like going inside. It was pretty sweet in there.
Yeah, it's small, but they've got a nice, obviously we're outside, a nice outdoor seating area here. So yeah, it's pretty great. And we got to try, or we are trying,
We're about to.
the Nordic Pilsner Lager.
Yeah, and this one, I'm excited because it's themed very, very appropriately themed for the Skol Hop.
It even has the nice little Viking ship on the can there.
And if you notice on the side, they have some words. It's got Skol written right there.
Yes. Well, let's do that and
All
let's give it a try.
Skol.
Skol. That's a good beer.
Oh man,
I like
nice, crisp, light. I think it's like a 4.8 percenter. Oh yeah, that's like an everyman's lager right there. That's good stuff.
It's very clean on the finish. It's easy drinking. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, this is 1,000,000,000% crushable. This is like the definition of crushable right here.
And
this is awesome.
Really nice on a perfect summer day. Like, just sit back and enjoy. And that's what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah. Well, I really like this place. They got a good little setup here. Patio's not huge, but it doesn't have to be.
No,
We got plenty of seating.
definitely like polar opposite from where we just were at Big Grove. Big Grove's massive.
As far as size, yeah.
in terms of just like, the footprint of the place.
Yeah.
But what this place lacks in size, I think it makes up for in charm and obviously really good beer. So.
And the service. We've saying it for the third straight place so far, but my goodness, we walked in, didn't even get the sentence out that, hey, do you care if we film or anything? And they went head over heels like, yeah, absolutely. Let us know if you need anything. They hooked us up with some cans of the beer that we both got, and I mean, they even came out to ask if they wanted us, or we wanted them to turn the music down. Like they went above and beyond for the service. So this place is pretty sweet.
Very hospitable for sure.
Absolutely. I'm not upset that we came here. Not at all.
I am not either.
Yeah, I mean, I guess let's finish these ones up. Skol.
Skol. All right, welcome back. We're back on the road. We've gone to 3 different breweries now. We've been to, I can't even keep track of them all. We've been to Reunion, Big Grove, and we just left Millstream in Amana, Iowa, and we're on our way currently to Gezellig.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that
Newton,
one.
Iowa, as am I. Very excited for that. But we've got a little bit of time to kill. We got about 50 minutes in the car. So one of the things that I talked about doing with you before we left on this trip was having a segment maybe where we talk about our just 5 favorite moments of the Skol Hop so far. This is episode 50. We've gone 50 episodes, pretty much since football season started last year, we've gone weekly.
Yeah.
And we don't really intend to slow down, but this episode 50 seemed like a good milestone moment for us, and that's why we're doing the Brew Hop, but it's also a fun chance to just look back and reflect on all the fun that we've had so far.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. Also, a little side note, this is episode 50, and for probably, I forget what episode they came in on, but channel or show sponsor Big Top Ventures.
Yeah.
They gave us a very generous gift for episode 50, so thank you, Big Top Ventures. So I'd be remiss if we didn't mention them this episode. Again, if you viewers and listeners are ever interested in going to an all-inclusive resort in either Mexico or Jamaica, go ahead and send an email to bigtopventuresllc@gmail.com, and they can get you some really good prices. So just let them know you're interested, and they'll get back with you. I've used them a few times, and they've been fantastic show sponsors. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Big Top. We'll have their email right here on the screen. It's also linked down below in the description. So yeah, hit them up if you're looking to take a trip to Mexico or Jamaica.
For sure. All right, favorite Skol Hop memories.
You start.
So I didn't prepare well enough to have them in order. So everything I say is going to be tied as like
They're all
just
number
one of
one.
my favorites. They're
We
all
have
in the
five
top
number
five. Yeah, they're not the greatest. Maybe as I go, I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, that is the best memory. But for me, one of my favorite memories is when we had the TikTok video of Michael Keaton, not Michael Keaton, whatever the Ravens running back, his name, when he got injured, and we had that video go viral. That was pretty crazy.
That was super cool.
Sitting at 7+ million views, kind of kept watching it as it went along. We'd had a video or two on TikTok kind of get a few views before then, and we'd sit and be like, oh, we just got 100 views, or oh, it just hit 2,000 views. But that one was nuts. I think we like a day after we had like 20,000 views. It was insane to keep track of that one. So that's one of my favorite memories of the Skol Hop.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one for sure.
Yeah.
And you definitely found a little niche there on TikTok with kind of capturing those pretty gruesome injury moments. And people out there are kind of freaks. They like to sit and watch slow-mo replays of people getting hurt over and over again.
Count me as one of those freaky people. For whatever reason, I just can't look away. So yeah, if you haven't found us on TikTok yet, we're there. We do some previews of episodes and stuff, but occasionally, if there's a pretty gruesome sports injury, you might see a video of us talking through that injury a little bit too. So yeah, check that out.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Great
What about
memory.
you? What's one of your favorites?
I'll go kind of in the opposite direction. So we have done a lot on like TikTok and some of the other socials. You've done a great job doing that. But we've also done some live streams.
Oh yeah.
And one specific moment that just still gives me chills when I go back and watch it was we were live streaming the Raiders game, and Ivan Pace had that game-sealing interception, and I immediately sprung up out of my chair. We gave each other the biggest and best high five I think I've ever given anybody in my life.
I'm still kind of feeling that high five a little bit.
You said you blacked out and you were just saying Skol over and over and over again.
I said Skol at least 6 or 7 times. I blew out the couple of people's eardrums that were listening to us. Yeah, that was so much fun. Maybe the last highlight of the Vikings season this past season.
Probably. But if I'm having a bad day, I'll go find that clip and I'll
Of
watch
us?
that. Yeah,
Nice.
it's a good one. It always makes me smile.
Nice. All right,
Another one for you.
I'm trying to think. So I've been a fan of Dustin Baker for a while, just following him on Twitter and listening to his cool stats he's been posting out. So one thing that was really cool, one of my favorite memories is when he replied to us on Twitter one time and then offered to come on our show. And now that's turned into like a monthly spot for him on our show. Actually, he should be coming on in the next handful of episodes to kind of preview training camp or maybe talk about the first little bit of training camp. But just being able to talk with Dustin Baker, somebody I've been a fan of, and now, I mean, it's weird to say colleague because he's so much, currently more successful in this field than the Skol Hop is, but he's just on another level too. So just when he came on the show first, that was one of my favorite memories.
He's definitely been a lot of fun to get to know, and obviously we look up to him and the success
absolutely.
that he's had covering the Vikings for as long as he has. So yeah, it's cool to have a connection like that and have that regular kind of touch point as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, another moment of mine would be just some of the, it's kind of a vague one. It's not like a specific moment, but some of the funny, like goofy moments that we've had, like pre-roll. Like we're recording, but we're not actually recording, you know? Like I was looking through our TikTok, and you've pulled out a few of those, and like the one where we were talking about the Sports Center, this is Sports Center commercials.
Yep, you sent me that the other day, yesterday.
Oh man, those are great. Those are fun moments. There have been plenty of times where we've been sitting in the Skol Center and we just crack up laughing for like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think it was on camera or on mic, but we talked about put it in reverse, Terry.
I was in tears. I was crying.
And what is it? Leroy Jenkins. So yeah, that
moments like that. There's no like one particular one, but it's just the accumulation of all of those moments.
Yeah,
have been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. All right, I might be stealing this one from you, but one of my favorites is trying the Skol Hop beer, and just that whole process of getting with friend of the show Forrest and brewing our own beer and going through the whole process. Viewers may not know, but the whole time that our beer was fermenting, it was in my just home office, just right behind my desk, fermenting the whole time for a few weeks, and then trying it on the podcast, and then trying it through the keg at my house, and that was just the whole Skol Hop, hoppy American amber ale. That's one of my favorites.
That was awesome, and you may have stolen that moment from me, but that's okay, because the good news is we have a lot of moments across the 50 episodes.
Yeah.
So that was a good one though, and I agree. It's definitely up there for me too in terms of great moments. Mm-hmm. Trying beer that we made. I've never brewed beer before, so I think I had the least to do with that beer in terms of helping brew it. You and Forrest did most of it, but it was fun to taste the fruits of our labor.
Oh yeah, and it's so good. It was so
awesome.
Good. We need to brew it again because I need to try that again. That was such a delicious beer.
Agreed. All right. This is 3, right?
Yeah, I think I've done 3 now.
All right,
you're on.
This is
3.
my 3rd.
Yep.
I think another fun memory of mine would be when we upgraded to the current Skol Band Center.
Yeah.
We just mentioned that. But for listeners and viewers out there that may not know, we actually started just on the couch in my basement. Mm-hmm. And our first 10 episodes there's no video footage. Mm-hmm. We didn't set up a camera. We were just an audio podcast for 10 episodes. But even kind of including all of that, like the progression that we've taken to get from where we started to where we are now has been fun. And getting that new Skol Center, the bar with the chairs, and getting that all set up, that was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's been a great place to saddle up every week and record our episodes.
Yeah, this past episode 49, the hour or so before I came to your house, we had a pretty good storm come through our area.
Yeah, we did.
And then it passed through, and I still came over to your house even though it had been storming. But just because I like recording with you so much, it's such a fun time. So yeah, I agree. It's upgrading to, and even when you changed out that whole our current, your office area, our whole Skol Center, that was
moving from the couch into that little bedroom that I turned into my office and everything.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so good stuff.
All right, my next one for me is getting our partnership with Big Top. That kind of told me people out there are listening a little bit, enough that they want to kind of put their company's name behind us, even if it's in a small way, just to have somebody show us that support. And Big Top couldn't have been better. They can't be better for us. They've been amazing the whole time we've been working with them, and truthfully work with them if you want to get a shot at that. So I love everything they've done for us and the whole partnership we've had so far.
Yeah, it's definitely opened up some opportunities for us to even do stuff like this. We're able to take you guys on this trip, and we were able to get some equipment and stuff because of that sponsorship. So yeah, huge thanks to Big Top for helping us out with that.
Absolutely.
Another moment that I will always remember is the moment we got raided by the Grassi posse, which he's a Packers fan.
Yeah.
Admittedly, that's a little taboo on this podcast about the Vikings. But if it wasn't for that Grassi posse raid that we did during our very first live stream that was supposed to just be a test.
Yeah.
We were just trying to figure out how to live stream on YouTube, and we weren't expecting anything. We didn't post anything on socials or anything. We just were like, well, let's just you and I do it, and let's have maybe our family and friends tune in and make sure it works, and then we'll work on this later. And then all of a sudden we have 600 people watching us, and they're commenting like crazy, and we ended up getting, I don't know what, like 80 or 90 subscribers.
Yeah, we walked away with it's something like 80 or 90, after that day. Because before that raid, we had 2 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure I was one of them.
Yeah,
you might have been the other.
I was the other. So, yeah, we exponentially increased our subscribership on YouTube.
Yeah, and since then we've kind of grown. We've almost doubled since what we got from the raid.
Yeah, we've really started to see some fun traction on YouTube, especially. It's been good.
So if you guys are still kind of following us and you heard about us through that Grassi posse raid, let us know. That'd be really cool to know that at least a few of you, if you are still here from that awesome moment that we couldn't have planned. And if we ever get the chance to meet Tom Grassi, absolutely, I'm going to immediately thank him, and he'll never know. There's no reason for him to remember that. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was a really cool moment.
Yeah, I think I've told you before. Right before I noticed the spike in viewers, I was opening my mouth to tell you all right, I'm going to hop off. We know this works now. I'm just going to sit here and watch the rest of the Vikings Raiders game, and then as I was about to say that, I noticed our viewer spike out of nowhere, and you can probably see it in the video we put out there.
Your
on
faces,
YouTube.
It was hilarious.
And
we edited some of that together in some pretty cool footage. And I did the little side by side with Grassi.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Sending the link out to his people, and he's like, "All right, they're Vikings fans. Oh, they look excited." And we're like, "What? We have 600 people in here? What's going on?"
And I said his last name wrong, and he kind of mocked me for it on his stream, and that's funny. But yeah, that was one of the most instantly exciting moments we've had on the Skol Hop.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping you would mention it because you're more of a fan. I am a fan of Grassi, but you're more of the Grassi fan of the two of us. So if you weren't going to mention it, I was going to mention it as my last one. But now I need to sit here and think about it.
Stole yours.
You stole it. But I don't know. I mean, we've done some really cool and really fun stuff. I mean, just anytime we get interaction at all from breweries or Vikings fans, or even when Pete Bursich retweeted us a couple of weeks ago, just the whole interaction and just seeing our community is small right now, but just to know that if it never gets any bigger, we're still getting these few things of interaction. Dennis, our stat guy, he's out there. There's a few of you that listen and watch at least for a few minutes every time we post something, and I don't know, that makes me feel good. So that's probably my last favorite memory, is just interacting with people and kind of thinking about how far we could go with that too.
I thought you had mentioned interviewing Tyler from You Betcha.
That was really cool. You know what? There's so many things. That was super awesome, because I do listen to, Tyler, he's on the You Betcha Radio podcast, but also he's on the Double Bogey Show, their golf podcast, and I listen to both of those every week, and it was really cool to get to talk to Tyler and Jared from You Betcha and Breakfast Ball, and that was probably that's probably in my top 5, and then I'd have to boot something else out for an honorable mention, but yeah, that's true. What about you? You got one more top 5 memory?
Is it cheating to just say everything we've done so far today?
No, that's not cheating at all. We've been having a blast.
Yeah, this has been so much fun. It's 4 o'clock right now, and I've had a ton of fun at every single stop. There hasn't really been a dull moment. Yeah,
I mean,
blast.
a dull moment or a negative experience. I mean, each brewery so far has been great, and Millstream just put the cherry on top by going out of their way to kind of accommodate us. They gave us the cans of beer to have in our video, and yeah, they were great too. So
yeah,
nope, not cheating at all, and I couldn't agree more with you.
Well, I'm going to take it then, because I think this is definitely in one of the, it's got to be in the top 5 for me in terms of Skol Hop experiences to date.
Can you think of some hypothetical, something that could happen in the future that would top anything else?
Oh man, this is a good question, and I think you should answer the same question.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wouldn't ask you a question I wasn't willing to answer myself.
I think you would say the same thing, but if we could quit our day jobs and do this full time,
that'd be amazing.
That would be tops. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, that'd be great. Some people do it, and in this area, Dustin Baker, I mean, he is supporting himself full time through Vikings content, which is pretty cool. So it's not impossible. We're not quite there yet, and
still have bills to pay. We've got mouths to feed at home. And gotta keep those day jobs for now, but
absolutely. But maybe someday, if there's enough of you Skol Hoppers out there, maybe someday we'll be able to quit our day jobs and really focus everything on the Skol Hop. That'd be amazing. I think one thing that would be really cool for me in the future is to have a really cool partnership with a brewery, to where maybe we give them, friend of the show Forrest recipe, and they brew the Skol Hop and have our logo and brewed by this awesome Iowa brewery, or if we collabed on a different recipe for a different kind of Skol Hop beer, that would be super cool. Even if they didn't sell it in stores, if we could just get it on tap for a limited time at their brewery, that'd be so awesome. I think that'd be a really, really cool thing to be able to experience.
I agree. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to Gezellig, and we've had a few of their beers before. I think at least one, without pulling up our list. But I know they've got some really cool ones. They've got, I think, even one that they use some version of a tulip flower to brew in their beer, which, I don't know, it sounds interesting. I'm really excited to try their beers.
Yeah, we're about a half hour away, so we'll probably wrap this up for now, and the next time you see us, we'll be, hopefully, at Gezellig enjoying a cold one.
Absolutely. All right, till we get there.
Skol.
Skol.
Welcome back. We are here at Gezellig Brewing Company. Again, sitting outside because the weather's super nice.
It's beautiful. We couldn't ask for better weather. It's amazing.
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
And we had a great conversation with a couple of the guys that were hanging out inside the brewery. Got to tell them a little bit about our little brew hop excursion here. And it was fun to just talk Iowa beer with some people that know about Iowa beer and how awesome it is. So, yeah. What'd you get?
So I got I'm going to need to look up the name of it again. It's a fun name. It's called the Hug Deal Gone Cider. It's a Hefeweizen wheat beer, 5.8%, so pretty respectable. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited. I did notice my glass is a little bit bigger than yours.
Yeah.
I think I know why.
And you might have to drive after this, because I went with the Don't Do It Frank.
Oh, man.
And it's a hazy double IPA. It's an 8%er.
Ooh, okay.
So that's why it comes in a smaller glass, I'm assuming.
Yep.
But yeah, let's try these.
All right, here we go. Skol.
Skol. That's good.
Yeah, this Hefeweizen, they're just crisp and refreshing as a general type of beer, and this one is just right there with it.
I almost feel like we're backwards right now.
I know.
I should be drinking that, and you should be drinking this.
Absolutely. Well,
because this is right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Dang it, we might have to stay here for this might be a 2-beer stop here.
It's really good.
But the bartender, he kind of asked, like, all right, hey guys, what can I get you, and what kind of beers do you like? And I was telling him, I like the hazy IPAs, but I want to stick away from this. So I'm glad I got this Hefeweizen. It's really good, and I don't think I've had it before. I think I've only had one Gezellig beer, maybe just on the podcast.
Yeah, I think we just had the one on the podcast. So, and I can't think of the name of that one off the top of my head right now.
We're so bad.
I'd have to go back and look. But Also, the setup here is kind of interesting. So when we first pulled up, the GPS was like, "You're here," and we were like, "What? Where? Where's the brewery? We don't see it." So we're kind of sitting outside in this plaza area right now, and we've got like almost these like business office-y type buildings. And we ended up driving past it, and we found a parking lot, and the parking lot was right in front of the old Maytag factory. I think the original Maytag factory here in Newton, Iowa. So it was kind of cool to walk into the plaza that way, and just kind of look at the old brick factory building that was built who knows when, a long time ago. It's been here for a while.
It's a really nice patio area. Like they've definitely done it up pretty good.
Yeah. So we're in this plaza. There's another bar, kind of a stone's throw away from where we're sitting right now.
A little pub over there. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a nice spot though.
I like it a lot. This is, if we lived around here, this is somewhere I would enjoy coming quite a bit. So.
I'd hang out here a lot for sure. But yeah.
All right. So we should finish these. Maybe not stay for another one, and then on to heading to the Des Moines area after this.
That's right.
Trekking along, hitting up some great Iowa breweries and Gezellig. Gezellig, if you are by any chance watching this, let us know, are we saying this right? We could just walk inside and ask. Maybe we'll have to. But yeah, I want to make sure I'm saying that right. So.
All right. Well, we'll catch you somewhere soon. Maybe in the car, maybe in another brewery. We'll see. But
till the next one.
Skol.
Skol. All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we are in Bondurant, Iowa. We're at Reclaimed Rails, and this place is freaking awesome. I've never been to this brewery before, but the vibes in here are amazing. They got a little patio out back, but it's not huge, but even that's really cool.
It's a brick building that looks like it's been here since the beginning of time, basically. It's just, and you walk in and you smell the old.
But it's like, dude, it's not like smell. Gross and old. It's like, it's rustic in the best way possible. It's awesome.
It's super vibey.
Yeah, and
super vibey.
I've heard, I think this is a place, right, that one of the owners is a Vikings fan. So Skol, if you ever see this, you got a great place here. And I haven't tried any of the beers yet. We both got flights. We decided we'd maximize the opportunity to try all the great beers here. So we'll just go down the line. There's 4 beers on each of these flights, and we got different ones.
So we have 8 total different beers here, which is pretty sweet.
So I got a Mosaic Hipster IPA. I just liked the name of that. Down with Oak PP. I think that was a Hefeweizen, I think. The 8th Orbit is a stout, and then the Boss Haas, I think that's a sour. Maybe the Down with Oak was the sour. I don't remember, but we'll be able to figure it out.
And I've got the Vanilla Cream Ale. There's another cream ale that I've had before that I really liked, so I'm hoping that this one's good. I've got Rooks, which I'm pretty sure is like a darker, I don't think it's a stout necessarily, but I can't remember off the top of my head. It might be, I don't know. O'Leary's, I know that one. That was an Irish red.
Ah, there you go.
So that one's going to be good, I hope. And then the Guerrero, and then got a little lime in here because I think it's kind of their Mexican lager type thing. So I'm going to just go left to right.
Yeah, we might even like speed this up as we kind of try these out and kind of give our thoughts. I don't know, but
this might be more than 5 minutes, but that's okay.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to all of these. So, Skol.
Skol. Oh, that's good. This has, you can taste the vanilla in this one.
That's not what I would have pictured that one to look like. If you just tell me there's a beer called Vanilla Cream, I would picture it to be a little bit hazier, a little heavier.
This reminds me of like a vanilla pop, like a vanilla soda.
Oh, like a cream soda type
cream soda. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's like the beer version of that. You get the hoppy kind of like grain aspect of the beer, but then it finishes with a nice vanilla. Nice. What about the first one you tried?
The Mosaic Hipster, that's definitely an IPA. That's like an IPA's IPA. A lot of hops in a great way. I liked it a lot. This Down with Oak, this is definitely the sour. And I'm not usually a sour guy, but I think I'm getting there. I think I officially like sours now because this Down with Oak is pretty good. Also, the name's pretty funny.
Yeah, this is I think this is the coffee stout. That's what this was, Rooks.
Okay.
You can smell it probably. Smell the coffee.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's good. I like it. It's
Nice.
not super strong on the coffee, but it's, I don't know. It's not like a tip the cow.
Yeah.
Like where the coffee smacks you in the face. It's subtle, but it's there, and I like it.
Next up, I got the 8th Orbit. This said it was a stout. Also said it was 12 point something %. So notice I have a small portion of this one. So that packs a punch. That's a heavy stout.
Is that your dinner for tonight?
That is not.
It's dinner time.
That is not unashamed of its flavor. I like it, but man, this is a meal. This is.
Paint me a word picture.
Picture a nice flavored stout, and then like turn the dial a little bit higher on the flavor. You just got to try it. I think you just have to try it. It's very dark. It's probably the darkest beer I've had in a long time. You can taste that it's pretty boozy too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That hits you in the teeth.
Yeah, as far as being able to operate the rest of the day, I'm glad that I only have 3-4 ounces of this. But man, it's really good. I mean, it's still really good. So if you like these boozy, powerful stouts, this is definitely one of them.
That is one that I would have like one of and be done after that. If I was gonna have one beer today and that was it, that's the one I would go with.
There you go. Yeah,
it's good. All right, I've got O'Leary's Irish Red here. Yeah. And I love red beers. Anything in that category, red, Oktoberfest, amber. Yeah. They're all wonderful.
I can see the light. In the light, like outside of the light, it's really dark. But in the light, you can see it's a red, ambery type beer.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, it's got some foam to it too.
Yeah, I got to take another sip because I'm dealing with the residual from your.
You need to wash your palate out a little bit from that one.
But yeah, that's good. I would drink plenty of those.
Yep. All right, and then I got the Boss Haas, and I honestly don't remember the kind. This is the one I thought was the sour, but I don't think it is. But
you said number 2 for you is the sour, right?
Man, this tastes like a sour too. Maybe I got 2 sours. I don't know.
That's
Either
surprising.
way, it's pretty good. A little bit more citrusy in the sour area, but yeah, I like it a lot.
And I got the Mexican lager, I think is what they call it.
There you go.
The Guerrero.
Cerveza.
The Cerveza.
Salt and lime on that guy.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's nice. It's light,
light, refreshing.
The lime garnish is nice too. So
nice,
good stuff.
So far, the 4 I had, pretty freaking fantastic. I've only had a couple of other Reclaimed Rails beers, but I think even just the one on the podcast.
Yeah.
I forget which episode, but that was really good. The Blood Orange Wheat, that's what we had.
That was a good
really
one.
Good. And they have that on tap here too, but I didn't get it because we already had it. All 4 of these I like a lot. I would try it. I would have them all again. What about you?
Yeah, I would take any of them. I would try that stout that you had too.
Yeah.
Maybe if I wasn't driving anywhere afterwards.
Yeah. If you knew that was the end of your day, that stout it's a good day ender. So.
But yeah, I think right now if I had to pick, the vanilla cream and the O'Leary's were my 2 favorite so far.
Nice. Yeah, so, I mean, I think this Mosaic Hipster is my favorite.
That seems like right up your wheelhouse.
I'm the IPA guys.
Yep. All right. Well, we're gonna finish these off, and I don't know. We might jump back on here and add a little more content. Otherwise,
this brewery's sweet. We might need to spend a few more minutes here than we maybe because this place is awesome.
But we are heading to Des Moines, and we've got a little bit of a schedule to keep here.
Yeah,
so.
That's true.
So we'll keep on it. But Reclaimed Rails, great place. Love it. If you haven't checked it out yet, come to Bondurant. Check it out.
Yeah. Till the next one.
Skol.
All right, welcome back, Skol Hoppers. So we are day 2 of the first annual Skol Hop Brew Hop. We're at our campsite. We probably should have filmed some like set up and tear down at the campsite because this was a good spot.
It was a good spot.
Yeah.
We had some friends last night.
We absolutely did. It was pretty dark last night. We got a small fire going, and at one point we noticed some raccoons right on the edge of our campsite. And then, so we kind of shoot them away. And then at one point, Evan looked over and he's like, "Oh, there's some right there." And I turned my flashlight on and there was some not 5 feet away from Evan. But we clapped at them and they ran away, and that was about the end of it.
Yeah, they left us alone after that. So
Yeah, so we camped out and we got some coffee this morning, and we're gonna hit up some breweries in Des Moines this morning and this afternoon, and then maybe head over to Cedar Rapids for a couple more.
Yeah.
And then probably call it quits from there. It's been a good trip so far.
Yeah. We kind of ran out of time yesterday. That was kind of like the only limiting factor. We hit up 5 different breweries on day 1, which was awesome.
Yeah, some really good ones. I was pleasantly surprised by all of them. I don't think we had a dud in any brewery there. Iowa just does pretty good in their breweries. So.
That is true. But yeah, we were hoping to maybe squeeze some in here in the Des Moines area last night, and we didn't really get around to that. So we're gonna do that today, and we'll see where the wind takes us from there.
Yeah. What are you most excited about? Which one are you most excited to visit today?
Man, I've heard a lot of good things about Exile.
Okay. All right.
So I think that's maybe one of them that I'm most excited for.
Nice. And
What
for
about
me, if we're able to make it work, I think Firetrucker would be really cool to go into. We've interacted with them a little bit, so
Up in Ankeny.
and their beers have always been fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. We're gonna hit the road here in just a few minutes, really, and keep on keeping on. So hope you're liking it. Let us know what your favorite Iowa brewery is, especially Des Moines area brewery. That's where we are right now. And if we don't hit it up today, maybe the 2nd annual Skol Hop Brew Hop we can hit up next time. So
We're gonna have to, like, on the road today, we're gonna have to plan out like next year's trip.
Yeah, it'll
for
be
sure.
easier to plan out as we're already on this trip.
Bugs
So
are hitting me in the face.
we need some bug spray.
Got some somewhere.
All right.
Anyways,
Skol.
Skol. All right, hey, we're here at Exile Brewery, downtown Des Moines.
Yeah, talk about a good vibe, good spot. Yeah.
And again, perfect weather. Like, you couldn't ask for better weather today. But we decided to go with some flights again.
Yeah, the flights were a good idea. Reclaimed Rails really turned us on to the flights,
Yeah.
so that might be a new thing.
They have their Oktoberfest. I think we should skol with that.
All right.
Because this is one of our favorites.
Is this the only one that we got the same of?
I think it is.
Holy cow.
Yep.
All right,
So
well-
Exile Oktoberfest, they just brewed these in candies, I
Yeah,
believe.
these
So
are
this
just out recently.
This is
so.
fresh and ready to go for the fall season.
Skol. Nothing like a July Oktoberfest. So skol.
Skol. That's really good.
Oh yeah, it makes me think of fall. Like
Yeah.
I kind of feel like there should be a crisp breeze coming through and a nice bonfire in front of us, but it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. What else did you get, Ev?
So I got that Dankalope. This is I think an IPA.
Okay.
It's not hazy. It's definitely see-through, but
All right.
we'll try that quick.
I got the Citrus Sky, which is another IPA. It's pretty hazy. I've had it before, but I like it a lot. What'd you think of that Dankalope?
The Dankalope is pretty good. It's definitely IPA. It's hoppy, but clean, refreshing. I liked it.
Yep, that Citrus Sky it's hazy, it's nice, citrusy for the Citra hops. It's a solid one. You can pretty much find that anywhere they sell Exile cans anywhere. So
the
I
next-
definitely recommend it.
The next one I've got here is the GG, and this is what, a dark ale or something like
Yeah, I
that?
did say something like
It's
that.
kind of, it's more like ambery,
Looks like a red, yeah.
so let's try that.
Nice. So I got the Hannah, which is just part of the name, and I don't remember the whole name. But I think this said it was a sour. Is that right?
I don't remember. I guess you're gonna find out right now.
No, that kind of tastes like an IPA. What was the GG? How was
The
that?
GG's good. This is definitely like an amber. I'm pretty sure it was like a dark ale or something is what it was listed as, but it's good. I like it a lot.
Nice.
And
All right,
I went with
last one.
It says cherry on here. I can't remember the full name, but this is a sour.
That's a sour for
Um,
sure, yeah.
And yeah, you can tell it's got that like fruity pink color.
Yep. I got the Forage here. That's a dark stout looking one.
Oh yeah. This is good. This
yeah?
is a good sour.
Nice. And yeah, the Forage. It's a stout, but it's like a lighter flavor than you would expect from this dark beer. You're
Yeah.
not seeing through that. Yeah, I like it a lot. What's your favorite of the ones you've had?
Man, it's got to be between the Oktoberfest and the GG. They're both really good. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with the GG just because I haven't had it before.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong with any of these. They're all great.
Mine also the Oktoberfest and the Citra. I've had the Citra a lot. I think just for the like nostalgic time of year, I'm gonna go with the Oktoberfest as my favorite of the group. But
nice. Should we Skol that one more time?
Absolutely. Skol.
Skol.
Real quick on the brewery here in Des Moines, Exile. They do pretty good distributing, at least throughout the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
But their brewery, they have a huge patio spot. Seemingly plenty of parking. Might be a little hard on like a Friday or Saturday night, but plenty of parking. And then tons of indoor space too, whether it's like bar seating area or even like restaurant. It's pretty cool. I like this place a lot.
Yeah, definitely a place that I will be coming back to whenever I'm in downtown Des Moines.
100%.
So, all right.
All right, well, until the next one.
Skol.
Skol. All right, hey, welcome back, Skol Hoppers. We are here at Lua in Des Moines, and truth be told, this is our second time here in about 12 hours, or maybe 15 hours, I don't know. But we liked it so much that we had to come back and let you guys know what we got here. So Evan, what kind of beer did you get?
So I got the Kingmaker. It's a Kolsch beer, and it's actually a collaboration beer with a brewery in the Twin Cities.
Perfect.
It's Fair State Brewing.
Nice.
Up in the Twin Cities. So, I mean, Skol Hop, Iowa beer, Minnesota beer. Can it get any better?
Absolutely. And I got the Shed, which I don't know, I've never heard of this before, but apparently it's a Franconian Keller beer, and that's B-I-E-R. We haven't tried them yet. The beers that we tried last night were super good, and we also got some food too.
Yeah, and we had these burgers last night, and they were life-changing, so we're going to have them again today.
If you've seen How I Met Your Mother, you know about the perfect burger. This may be the perfect burger, so thank you, Lua. We've already had the burger. It's just amazing smash burger. Come try it. These beers we need to give a shot to, so
we're going to Skol quick.
Skol?
Skol. That's really good.
Oh yeah. So mine's kind of like a Pilsner with a little bit more of a flavor. It's in that world. It's still kind of light, maybe a little bit towards an amber color. Kind of a more flavorful Pilsner.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I'm excited about this one.
This is really good too. It's described as, I love this description, it's a soft and fluffy malt, noble and squeaky clean. And I think that's perfect. It's great. It's definitely got that malty flavor, but it's on more of like that Kolschi kind of wheat beer kind of thing because it's super clear.
And they put it in its own like specifically branded cup too. That's pretty awesome.
So there you go.
So I'm super excited to dive into this burger. It's amazing, greasy, cheesy, oniony. It's awesome. The beers are great. Come to Lua if you ever get the chance.
Let's Skol this burger.
Are we gonna Skol the burgers?
Skol
All right, Skol.
Skol.
I didn't take a bite.
I did.
All right, welcome back, Skol Hoppers. We are here at Confluence Brewing Company. We're still in Des Moines, right? Yeah, here in Des Moines. It's a really good vibe. It's just the tap room. I don't know if they have food here, but it's nice and big, lots of tables and chairs, and found a nice little booth here back in the corner here.
It was super cool walking in because you kind of like, it's kind of like a little maze to get back here to the tap room.
Yeah.
And you walk by all of the brewing equipment, which I thought was super cool.
And they're definitely brewing today. You can smell it, you can feel it too.
Sure.
So yeah, for sure.
Cool.
So we're doing a little bit of a Skol Hop tradition right now. We got a mystery beer.
Yeah.
So Evan ordered me a beer without me knowing what this is, and I did the same for Evan. So
we're gonna try them out here, and we're gonna try to guess which beer from the Confluence menu we're drinking.
All right, let's do one at a time. I think.
Yeah.
We'll Skol. We'll try it up, and
Yep.
then maybe you try to figure it out first, and then me.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Skol. All right. So mine has definitely got that ambery color.
Yep.
It
First
has
off, can you get the brewery? Do you know the brewery?
I'm pretty sure it's Confluence.
Oh,
Correct
dang,
me if
how'd
I'm
you
wrong,
know?
though. It's right here on the glass.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, it's definitely like an amber red. It's in my wheelhouse, my category of beer that I really like.
Yeah.
And I think we did that to each other.
Yeah, I can tell already.
I think you can tell already too that we try to cater to each other's preferences that way. It's got the malty flavor to it. It's good. It's clean. It's refreshing.
Yeah. I have not had that one before.
And I don't think I have either. All right, I have to go. I can't see the beer menu from that far away.
We cheated a little bit. We're probably 20 yards away from the bar.
It's kind of hard to read. So I'm going to just consult their list of beers on the website.
Okay. All right. Did you say it was like a heavy flavor, light flavor? Well, you said light and refreshing.
It's pretty light, refreshing. It's not heavy at all. I'm going to start with the East Side Attitude Red Lager.
You nailed it. You nailed it right on the head. So good job, man.
What do you think? I like it a lot.
Yeah?
It's the only malty beer in the category. So that was, pretty easy. But, my preference in beer.
Yeah.
And, this is it right
I feel like you would have ordered that beer. So.
I probably would have. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And at 6.2%? Holds its own, but...
5.9 is what it says here.
Okay.
Maybe the menu's different up there.
I might be reading it wrong up there. But yeah, all right,
cool.
Sweet.
Thanks for that. That's good.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So mine is definitely an IPA.
It is.
And I, too, am going to pull up the menu. I feel like it's a citrusy IPA.
Yes. They have a lot of different IPAs in this category, so I think yours is going to be a little trickier to guess.
All right, is it the Southside Citra Blonde?
It is not.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's just looking at the menu and then seeing it here on the other menu here. That's what I thought.
Describe it first.
All right. Well, it's a light, refreshing, not like a heavy, crazy hops flavor. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a quenching.
It's not
hoppy,
super hazy, but it's got a little haze.
Yeah, a little bit haze. You can still see through it a little bit. So, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely one of their IPAs. All right, I swung and totally whiffed. Is it the Flip and Roll hazy?
It is
IPA?
the Flip
there
and
it
Roll.
Is. Okay, all right, sweet.
2 tries. That's not bad for as many IPAs as they have on their menu.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This place is awesome. I don't know. I think we both like it a lot. I've been here once before. And they've kind of added to it since I've been here a few years ago, and I would definitely come here again.
It's definitely a really chill vibe too.
Yeah.
Like it's just pretty low key. There's not a lot of people here right now, but I'm sure they fill this room out quite a bit.
Oh, I'm sure it's
they
not
make
too
really
hard.
Good beer.
They also have what looks like a patio out there, a small little outdoor
we might
patio.
Have to explore that before we leave too.
For sure.
But
and yeah, I want to take another peek at the brewing equipment that they've got over there too.
For sure.
All right, man. Till the next one.
Skol.
Skol.
All right, we're here at Firetrucker Brewery in Ankeny, Iowa.
Yeah.
Pretty cool place. It, to me, kind of looks like an old fire station.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't know if it is. We could probably look that up and figure that out, but it does kind of look like a refurbished, local fire station.
Yeah. And we are literally the only people inside right now. There are other people here, but they're outside because the weather is so beautiful.
Yeah, most of their patio is pretty full right now, which I totally understand it. If we weren't filming and trying not to bother people, we would be outside right now.
For sure.
Even the bartender looks super bored being inside right now. I think everybody would love to be outside. So.
Yep. It's a great day.
Yeah.
But it's also a great day to try a bunch of beers and try Iowa beers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what we're doing. And we've had Firetrucker on the show before.
On the show, yep.
So I think we had their Amber once, and I think we may have had one other one.
It's like the Iowa Pale Ale or something like that. Something like that, yeah.
That could be. But anyways, we're here and we're trying some new ones.
Yeah.
What do you got?
You might have to remind me. It's
I'll look at their menu quick.
The Brewberry.
Blueberry seasonal.
Yeah, so it's like
ale.
a blueberry maple kind of beer. So I'm really excited. Not one that I would normally go for, but we're here on a trip trying to try new beers. So,
yep.
What'd you get?
I've got the Arson, which is kind of an odd name for a fire trucker.
Yeah, they try to get rid of arson.
I get it. I get it. But it's a oatmeal stout. So yeah.
All right, let's try them up. We'll give our opinions. And I did not spill. That's not why I have a napkin here at all. So
we never waste beer.
Skol. Never.
Skol. Ooh. That's a good one right there.
All right, your arson. Tell us about it.
It is definitely toasty, chocolatey. You get a little bit of that oatmeal vibe as well. So yeah, I'm loving it. What about you?
Yeah, this one, I mean, you have to like blueberries and you have to like kind of the maple syrup, but I like both of them. I typically wouldn't have gone for it in a beer, but man, this one's really good. You should try it if you get a chance. But
for sure.
I like it a lot. I would have at least one or two more, and then I'd probably switch to more of like a, especially on a nice, beautiful, a little warm day outside, probably switch to like a refreshing like lager or something like that after. But there's nothing wrong with this. This is delicious.
It's good stuff, and it's fun to be at Firetrucker.
Oh, yeah.
In Ankeny, Iowa. Cool vibes. I mean, even in the winter, I bet this place is sweet.
Well, and there's plenty of seating inside, even though most of their patrons right now are outside. This is, it's a cool spot. I like it a lot.
Good stuff. All right, well, we're going to enjoy these, and we've got a few more stops before we finish this.
Couple more, but we are starting to wind down the first annual Brew Hop, so stay tuned.
Skol.
Skol. All right, Skol Hoppers, welcome back. We are still on the Skol Hop Brew Hop. We are heading to probably our last two breweries of the trip. Of course, it's only the first annual, so next year we'll be back at it again. But we're heading to Cedar Rapids from Des Moines, and we got a little bit of time, so we thought we'd do some podcast segment here. And what do you think, Ev? You ready to talk some Vikings and some training camp?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
All right, well, before we dive into some final training camp talkers before, I guess when this comes out, we will be a day or two into training camp already. But before we dive into those talkers, I figure we play a little bit of a game, okay?
Sounds good.
So, Pro Football Reference, we just went through the whole, like, best Vikings to ever wear, all the jersey numbers and the history of the Vikings. And how we determined was we looked at Pro Football Reference and their stat called the approximate value, the AAV, and that kind of gives a number rating to each player. So if you have a high number, if you have a number of like 150, you're probably a pretty good career player. So I thought it'd be cool to see if you can go through and name the top 5 Vikings per Pro Football Reference's AV value in the entire team history. Do you think you can come up with some of those names?
I think I can. Well, let me just clarify a few things and make sure that I'm on the same page and make sure our audience knows what we're trying to do here.
Absolutely.
So you have the list on your phone, and it's sorted by Pro Football Reference's AV score, which is again is like a composite number that just boils everything down to one number.
Yep.
Basically telling us how valuable each player was to the team. And I have to guess the top 5 in Vikings history.
Yep. And to be clear, this is like for their Vikings career.
Yep.
So while Brett Favre is one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and he might have a respectable Vikings career AV, he only played like a season and a half, so he probably wouldn't be in the top 5 of all time Vikings.
I would highly doubt he's in the top 5.
So yeah, it is the top 5 Vikings according to AV. So you think you got it?
I think so.
All right, let's just shoot. There's no time limit. Let's just see how many you can get before you think you give up.
And in no particular order.
Yeah,
either.
When you say a name, I'll tell you like, oh, okay, yeah, he was number 2, or oh no, he was number 27 or whatever. So I'll let you know.
Somebody that has to be up there, and I'll be shocked if he's not.
I know who you're gonna say.
Fran Tarkenton.
Oh, okay, I was wrong. Fran Tarkenton is absolutely on that list, and let me blow your mind a little bit. He is number 5.
Really?
Yeah.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, he's number 5 with a Vikings career AV of 158, according to Pro Football Reference.
Okay, wow. That makes my job a little harder because I thought he was like top 3.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying here. There's no BS going on.
Sure.
This is blind. I mean, we do have a little bit of reference because we did go through that whole list of best Vikings to wear each number, but I mean, I'm driving. That was a week ago / like a month ago when we started that whole thing. So I'm kind of working off of not a whole lot here.
Okay, but you're still 1 for 1. You got Fran Tarkenton. He's number 5.
We'll roll with it.
What are the other 4?
Fran is 5.
Yep.
Randy Moss has to be on that list as well.
All right, you ready for me to blow your mind again?
Yeah.
Randy Moss is high up on the Vikings AV career.
He's not in the top 5, though?
He's not even in the top 10.
What?
He's not even in the top 15.
Oh my gosh.
Randy Moss is number 16 on the Vikings career AV with a score of 101.
Wow. All right. Well, I am 1 for 2. How about?
And you don't only get 5 guesses. We can keep going until you get them all.
You can count how many guesses. I might be kind of bad. I'm bad at games like this.
No, you'll get these guys. These guys, they're all names you know. There's no weird, like, unheard of name. You know all these names.
My next guess is Chris Carter.
Oh man! All right.
I told you I'm bad.
Let me blow your mind for the 3rd time. All right, Chris Carter. He's high up as well. He's higher than Randy Moss.
I knew that.
But with a score of 120. For a Vikings AV score of 120, he is number 9 on the list.
Wow. So he's top 10.
Yeah, he's top 10.
All right.
So far, of your 3 guesses, you got 1 of the top 5.
I'm still batting .333.
Yeah,
I like that.
You're a baseball Hall of Famer, which tells you everything you need to know about baseball.
All right. Next guess, arguably maybe the best Viking of all time, and it's a shame that he's not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Retired number 70, Jim Marshall.
Jim Marshall, ding, ding, ding. All right, with an AV score of 163, a Vikings AV, Jim Marshall is number 3.
Okay.
All time.
So we've got Fran and Jim Marshall. Fran was what was his score?
Fran Tarkenton, his Vikings AV was 158.
158, okay. So I've got 5th and 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go, my next guess, I'm going to stick with the Purple People Eaters because they were amazing.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Carl Eller.
Carl Eller, Evan, is number 1.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's the best Viking of all time by Pro Football References AV with a score of 177.
He was good.
Yeah, he played from 64 to 78. So what was that, 15 years? Yeah,
Jeez.
209 games played.
That's crazy.
A score of 177.
So I've got the odd numbers. I've got 135.
135. 1 Eller, 3 Marshall, 5 Tarkenton.
All right.
All right. Who else do you think is on the top 5?
So this is interesting because all 3 of the guys that I've guessed correctly are from before our era.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we were born in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So are there any players left, 2 or 4, that played during our era of Vikings football?
I don't think I can answer that question.
Okay. Wow.
In the nature of the game, I'm not going to answer that
Playing
question.
hardball. Okay. All right. I'll take another guess because I'm what now? I'm 3 for 5?
Oh, yeah. I think so, yeah.
I think I'm 3 for 5. Okay. My next guess will be arguably the greatest running back in Vikings history, Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson is fairly high up on the list.
But he's not top 5.
He's not top 5. He's
Really?
not top 10.
Really?
He is right ahead of Randy Moss. He is 15th in Vikings history with a score of 106.
Wow. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have guessed higher on him as well.
3 of 6, so I'm still batting 50%.
Yeah, you're still
500.
doing good.
All right. Let's see. We will go with... Yeah, blank space here, sorry. Taylor Swift song. Trying to fill airtime here. Not trying to be awkward, but I'm thinking.
You are driving, too.
I am driving.
There's your excuse.
It is. We just went through kind of a busier area, too.
Yeah,
There was some
yeah.
traffic that I was having to navigate, but it's all good.
Yep.
This is a fun way to kill the time, too.
Yeah, definitely. You still need 2 and 4.
2 and 4. All right. Is one of them like glaringly obvious? Like
I'd say they both are.
Okay.
They're both on the list. You would cover your face in shame if you couldn't come up with these 2 names after a while.
All right.
And again, you're not getting gigged for incorrect guesses. You know all the best Vikings in team history.
All right. So the next one I'll go with, I think he was one of the original Vikings. I think he was, if he wasn't drafted in 61, he played for the team like very early on in their history, was very consistent. I think his number's retired, 53, Mick Tingelhoff.
Mick Tingelhoff is an amazing Viking, and he is highly revered, and rightfully so. His number of 53 is retired. However, his AV of 152 is good enough for 6th all time.
So he's
Vikings
right behind
history.
Fran.
Yep.
Man, well, I got close. I mean, I was on the dartboard there.
Oh yeah, you're right there. You're right there.
I wasn't in the bullseye. So now I want to think about, my logic is I'm going to think about retired numbers.
Okay.
Can you answer that question?
I'm not going to.
Okay. Well, I'll just maybe waste more guesses on
Yeah,
retired
they're not
numbers.
wasting it.
So Fran Tarkenton, his number's retired.
Yep.
And I think
he's number 5.
The next number after number 10, right? Fran was 10.
Mm-hmm.
Is 53.
Yeah, and that's Mick Tiggelhoff.
And that's Mick. He was 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it was Jim Marshall at 70.
Mm-hmm.
And you got 77, which was Corey Stringer. And I don't think his AV would be high enough to put himself in
his career was,
it was
short
very
enough
short.
that
Yeah.
he's not up there.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
so.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, you have Chris Carter, who I've already guessed, at number 80.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have... Okay, so I'm going to go with 88, Alan Page.
Is that your
That's an official guess.
official guess? All right.
I think he's 4.
All right, you nailed number 2, Evan.
Oh,
Alan
he's
Page
2.
is number 2 Viking all time, according to Pro Football Reference's AV, with a score of 165.
All right.
So you have Carl Eller at number 1,
Yep.
Alan Page at number 2, Jim Marshall at number 3, and then Fran Tarkenton at number 5. You're just missing number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
Do this, Ev. I have absolute faith in you.
All right. So
And I know you know this name.
we've exhausted the retired numbers.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure Alan Page's 88 is the highest retired number.
Correct.
This might not be the best guess in the world, but if he's not up there in terms of AV, I'll be shocked.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Paul Krause, number 2.
Paul Krause. Let's see. So he is not number 2.
Where's he at?
Let's look. Oh, I am kind of upset about how low I'm going
Holy
on this
buckets.
list.
I'm also upset with, I'm pretty sure I'm less than 50% on my accuracy.
Yeah, I haven't been
now.
keeping track of that.
I'll go back and watch it in the editing. We'll update that.
I absolutely must have missed his name because I went all the way down to like 100 and I didn't see his name.
Oh, he still holds the league record for career interceptions. How is he not a top 20 player in franchise history?
This is embarrassing.
Did you get your eyes checked over there or
I
something?
absolutely need to.
You're also wearing a green shirt. I forgot to make fun of you for
Yeah,
that
we
earlier.
don't need to do that. We don't need to make fun of me.
You made fun of me yesterday for not wearing my Skol Hop shirt, which, by the way, I'm doing today.
Yeah.
But again, I told you, I knew you were going to do it. I'm playing chess over here, not checkers. Chess, not checkers. I'm always thinking one step ahead.
Can't believe. Oh, Paul Krause. Jeez, I just totally skipped over it. Paul Krause.
Get this guy some bifocals.
With a Vikings career AV score of 122, he is number 8.
Oh, okay.
Well,
he's top 10. That would make sense.
Yep. He's right ahead of Chris Carter.
And I don't think that was a bad guess.
No, that was a
I don't
fantastic
feel bad
guess,
for that.
yeah.
Have I guessed all of the, or nearly all of the top 10?
You guessed Eller, Page, Marshall, Tarkenton, Mick. You did not guess the 7th overall. You guessed Paul Krause and Chris Carter, and those are 8 and 9. You did not guess the 10th overall player.
So I'm missing
You
2,
missed-
7, and 10?
No, you're missing 3, 7, and 10 of the top 10. But really, this whole game was the top 5, so you're really only missing
2.
3.
I thought
2 was
2.
Alan Page.
Oh,
You said that already.
I thought I had the... No,
I'm
missing
sorry.
4.
You're
I'm
missing number 4. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were both wrong.
Yep.
All right. Oh, man. 4th best Viking of all time.
You know this name.
I'm sure I do. Can you give me any sort of hint?
He's an offensive player.
Offensive player, okay. Let's see.
Played for the team for, I think, 12 seasons, if I'm counting right.
Okay.
I believe the Vikings were not the only team he played for.
Still blanking. This is not helpful at all.
You could argue, is the best Viking of all time, depending on the conversation. However, he is ranked number 4 by this measure.
Okay.
We have said his name not last week, but maybe the week before.
Okay. So in the 60 to 79 jersey number range?
Maybe.
Okay.
And I feel like I've given you a lot there. We said his name when talking to Dustin Baker, but that would have been in the same episode.
All right. I'm going to go with... This could be the worst guess in the world. I don't know. Let me ask you this question. You have to answer yes or no.
I can't commit to anything.
You have to commit to this.
All right.
It's a simple yes or no. Were we present when this person was inducted to the Ring of Honor?
No.
We were not?
We were not. This is not.
So it's not Jared
It's
Allen.
not Jared Allen.
Dang. Oh, I guess you said offensive player too. What am I even thinking?
Yeah.
He's a defensive lineman.
I mean, Jared Allen did try to make it initially as a long snapper, so
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But no.
You gotta feed me a few more clues here, because I'm like...
You and him have shared occupations.
Oh. Okay.
I believe he's a Hall of Famer. If not, he should be. I believe he is.
I'm gonna feel so dumb.
You've
if
heard
I don't
his
get
name.
This one. Is he a Ring of Honor?
Oh, I have to imagine he is. I don't know for sure without looking at it, but if he's not, we need to riot.
Gosh.
He's not a skill player.
Why am I drawing such a blank?
He's an offensive
non-skill
ball
player.
carrier.
So a lineman, center.
Yep. He's an interior lineman.
Probably the center.
He is not the center.
Not a center, so he's a tackle.
He is not the tackle. He was a left guard.
Left guard.
Played for the Vikings from 88 to 99.
Oh.
He wore number 64.
I have the biggest...
Randall McDaniel.
I had the biggest brain fart of my life.
All right.
Randall McDaniel.
You knew his name. We've talked about him recently.
Name. We did talk about him recently.
We need to jab you a little bit for not getting that one.
Yeah, that's deserved. I would like to say I got 4 or 5 in 10 guesses.
Yeah. So one
not
that
bad.
you didn't get. Well, you didn't get number 7, which would be kind of hard. He was an original, early Viking in the 60s and 70s, even the 80s. 1981, he was his last Viking season. Ron Yeri, number 7. And number 10 you could get. He's a defensive player. He was a part of a famous wall.
Kevin Williams.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So he eventually named most of the top 10. I'm surprised Randy Moss isn't higher on that list, but...
Well, I think part of that has to do with the fact that he left and he played for how many other teams?
Yeah.
Feels like half a dozen.
The Patriots, the Raiders, the Niners, the Titans, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
Other than the Vikings. But yeah.
Anyways, that was fun.
Yeah.
I feel really dumb that I didn't know Randall McDaniel at number 4.
Sometimes we all have blocks.
Seriously, it was just like I got nothing for that one. But it's all right.
All right, man. Well, that was fun. Another fun thing is football season's right around the corner. We got training camp. Depending on when you're listening or watching this, training camp may have already started. But yeah, it's coming right around the corner. Today, J.J. McCarthy agreed to a contract with the Vikings. Fully guaranteed, 4 years, like $21-point-something million with a 5th-year option because he's a first-round pick. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a little bit. We've obviously spent pretty much every waking moment of the last 24,
sleeping moment.
36 hours together. But we were talking earlier today just about how that was kind of the big Vikings news of the day. And I just made the comment to you. I said, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I figured that would happen. They drafted him so high. Also kind of interesting, and you pointed this out, so I'm not trying to steal your thunder, but Dallas Turner has not signed a contract yet with the Vikings. Again, I'm confident that will happen. I don't think Kwesi is going to use 2 draft picks like he did so high in the first round and not work to get a deal done
Absolutely.
with those guys. Might it happen during training camp? Might it be later than that? Who knows? But a deal will get done with Dallas Turner, and it's good news for the Vikings and for J.J. McCarthy that deal is done. They don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yep.
And hopefully they can really focus on developing him
Absolutely.
and building him up to be that franchise QB of the future.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I'd even put money on it that Dallas Turner's contract will be signed probably even before this episode of our podcast is released to people. So this may be an outdated talker already, but yeah, it'll happen. I'm not concerned about it at all. They'll figure it out. They wouldn't have drafted him that high if they weren't ready to sign the contract. It's just all the details and everything. So, yeah.
one of my favorite videos from the draft was Kwesi telling KOC that they got Dallas.
Yeah,
and
Dallas.
Kind of that
Turner,
like,
we're getting him.
yeah, that was kind of the like
Really?
face on KOC's face was awesome.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, that was awesome. We got a good TikTok kind of talking about that too, so go check out our TikTok. But yeah, I'm excited for training camp to come up. Got JJ under contract. We got Jets under contract. Really, it's just Dallas Turner now. So now we can focus on the different position battles. Who knows what's going to happen with Brandell and Reisner.
Yep.
Another one to look at is the kind of the safety room. Let's see what happens with Lewis Seen a little bit. One, if he makes the team. Two, how that room shakes out, because there's a lot of really good players in that room too. And I guess the tight end room is the other crowded field right now, even with TJ Hawkinson starting the season probably on the PUP list. But even so, it's still a crowded room. Who do you think is the odd man out in the tight end room?
Oh gosh, in the tight end room, I think you're probably looking at Johnny Munt or Nick Muse.
Okay.
I think Josh Oliver's solid. I don't think they would have made a move to go out and get Robert Tonyan if they didn't think he could be a contributor.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, there's still hope that TJ's back, maybe even like after the bye week or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty early on in the season. So, I think it's got to be Munt or Muse. I think both guys deserve to be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be a tough decision for Kwesi and KOC to make when it comes down to cut down day.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. And I don't even know, like, how many tight ends do you carry on the 53-man roster? Do you carry 4? Do you carry 5? 5 seems a lot.
That does seem like quite a bit.
Maybe 4 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
But, and the tight end is such an interesting position, too, because you can be a really good blocking tight end. You can be a really good receiving tight end. You can be really good at both.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know with TJ hurt if we have anybody that's good at both. Obviously, Josh Oliver is really, really good at blocking.
And he can catch the ball,
And he can catch, but he's not known for that.
Yeah.
He's known for his blocking ability.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think he makes the 53-man roster.
Oh, yeah. I think Oliver's pretty much a lock.
Yeah, and then it's just kind of a toss-up for those other 3. And again, I don't know that they make that splashy acquisition of Tonyan if they don't expect to keep him.
Maybe.
You know.
I really think N'Keal Harry, he's probably just fighting for his life to try to make the team.
Honestly, like, I kind of forgot about him.
Unless he comes out and has like a totally transformative training camp, I think he's already on an uphill battle. I don't think you're wrong on Muse or Munt. Those are, bubble guys for sure. But I think I tend to disagree with you a little bit on Tonyan. I don't think he's a lock to do anything. I think he's really... Everybody's got to prove their worth. But I think Tonyan has bounced around quite a bit, and it's not like they went out of their way to sign him. Like, he was still available pretty late in free agency. I think he's got a pretty good uphill battle. It's a fun storyline to follow, and he's had some flashy plays throughout his career every once in a while. But, I think Harry and Tonyan might be the first ones out.
Yeah, that could be. And honestly, like, I could see Harry getting cut.
Yeah.
I could see Tonyan, Munt, or Muse on the practice squad,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other 2 guys are starters. I don't know.
For sure.
It'll be interesting. That's a really interesting position battle for sure. What about guard? What do you think about Brandel, Reisner? I mean, it took the Vikings forever to bring Dalton Reisner back.
Yeah, and even when they brought him back, like, it's not like he signed to a high-level contract. It might even be less than Brandel's.
Yeah.
I think if I don't know. I think if Reisner wins the job, Brandel may be some kind of trade bait, or he's just the automatic sixth offensive lineman. I think if Reisner doesn't win the job, he could be a surprise cut, just on the lateness of his signing, the low value of his contract. I don't know how much they'd have to eat in guarantees, if anything, if they cut him. If he doesn't win the job, he could be at risk of not even being on the roster. So I like him. I think he's a fun player to follow, and he definitely seems like a good dude. I don't want him to be cut, but I wouldn't be utterly shocked if that happened.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you've said. I like him a lot too, but it doesn't seem like the coaching staff has a ton of faith in him. Mm-hmm. And he's a known entity, right? Mm-hmm. It's pretty well known that he's great at pass blocking, but not so much in the run game. Yeah. And that's his weakness. And Brandel, I think, is pretty balanced that way. Mm-hmm. I think he's pretty good in both. So, the coaching staff might be looking for a little more consistency there. Maybe. Especially after a season like last year where we had to rely on the passing game so much because the running game just wasn't there. Mm-hmm. You hope to balance that out, and you say it all the time. The running game helps everything. If you can get the run game established, it just makes everything offensively better.
Absolutely. So, it's funny because, I definitely value the run game, but I also devalue the running back position as a singular player. I don't pay running backs because they get injured. But
running backs are people too.
Yeah, okay, they are, and they're well compensated, but you can't just rely on one. It really ends up screwing you if you rely fully on one, as opposed to having a few different options.
You gotta have two or three. You gotta have your shifty guy. You gotta have your downhill guy. You gotta have your third down guy. You gotta have your end zone guy, right? Goal line situation. Yeah. So, and sometimes that guy can do multiple
Some of those
things.
Roles. Yeah.
But you need different backs in different situations.
And for sure.
Jeez. Whoa, I just got a huge rock on the windshield, but I don't think it...
Yeah, we should be okay.
Nothing shattered. We're good. I have already replaced the windshield on this car once.
Oh, well.
So,
all right.
Hopefully we don't have to do it again. That would be a memorable moment on the Skol Hop if we had to do that, though.
That also may be a sign. I think we're at a good point where we can kind of transition back over to the Brew Hop.
Yes, sir.
We've got, who do we have coming up in Cedar Rapids?
We're about a half hour out of Cedar Rapids right now. We're headed to Lion Bridge Brewery first. And then hopefully, if time allows and we can squeeze it in, we're going to hit up House Divided in Ely, Iowa, which is just south of Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
So,
all right, sweet. Well, before we get hit with another few rocks, I think we should sign off and check back in when we get there.
Skol.
Skol.
All right, hey, we are here at Lion Bridge Brewery here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah.
Making our way back to the Quad Cities, but...
Making our way downtown. Walking fast.
Near downtown Cedar Rapids, too. But also kind of making our way home. This is kind of the tail end of the trip.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bittersweet.
But yeah, it's been a blast so far. And we've had this beer on the podcast before. Do you remember?
One? The Majestic Haze?
This brewery.
Brewery, yeah.
Do you remember when and who?
A friend of the show, Forrest, brought us some Yards Ale. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. If it's Yards Ale or Yard Sale, either way, it's a punny.
It's a play on words, for sure.
But I remember liking it a lot. I think we've had at least one other Lion Bridge.
We may have.
I don't remember exactly, but yeah, we've had them before.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm burping a little bit. I'm just so excited.
You've had some beer today, too.
What?
All right, well, what did you end up getting?
So I got the Majestic Haze, hazy IPA, and that's all I know about it. I don't think I've had this one before, but I'm excited. What'd you get?
I went with, and you got me the great little coaster there, the Crushberry Sour. And I've seen this one on the shelves at our local Hy-Vee several times.
Yeah.
And I've thought about, someday if we really want to go like off the wall crazy, get a beer that neither of us would ever try.
Yeah.
This would be one to grab. And I saw it and I'm like, you know what? We're trying it. And I smelled it.
Yeah, you had me
tasted
smell it
yet.
too, yeah.
It smells like Captain Crunch.
That's awesome.
Like, it's very sweet. I'm not sure how sour it's going to be, but maybe the sweetness and the sour will balance.
Maybe it'll be bittersweet, like I said earlier. I don't know.
Could be.
So, all right, let's try these out, and then we'll give a quick review. Skol.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. How sweet is it? Is it like crazy?
It is not overboard on the sweetness, which I did not expect. I like this actually.
Yeah.
It's also not overboard on the sour. If you've tuned in before, we've had some sours, and my critique with sours typically is the over vinegary
we've said that a lot,
flavor, and I just don't like that either. My wife loves that. I don't. This doesn't check either of those boxes. It's not overly sweet and it's not overly sour.
Okay.
It's kind of right in the middle, and it's got a good like Captain Crunch type flavor.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I like it. What about yours?
So yeah, I mean, it's just like its name, Majestic Haze. I feel like a Majestic might be a type of hop, but yeah, it's kind of like a mellow, very hazy, not too sweet, not too bitter. It's kind of the middle of the pack as far as flavor goes. It looks pretty hazy. It's very refreshing. It's a light flavor. It's definitely one you can end the day with, kind of sit and watch the sunset and drink a nice IPA. I enjoyed it a lot, and I can't wait to finish the rest of them.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna finish these and
on to the next one. Yeah.
Pretty soon. Probably one more though.
Yeah.
Before we get there. So.
All right. Skol.
Skol.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we are at House Divided Brewery in Ely, Iowa. We definitely made sure that we double-checked to see how to pronounce that. We live an hour or so away, and we still didn't know how to pronounce that. But House Divided Brewery in Ely, Iowa, and it's our last stop. It's kind of bittersweet.
Yeah, it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish off strong with a flight here and try some what look like really, really good beers.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to try all of them.
Yeah, so what was your number one? What'd you get?
Yeah, I might just read off what I have.
Okay,
and then we can try them kind of in a little bit here. But number one here, this is the Whole Lot of Love. It's a coffee, something. It's got coffee in it.
Yeah, I got that one as well. That's my number 3.
There you go. Number 2 for me is the Black Dog. It's a darker beer there for sure. Then we've got the Jagged Little Pilsner. Actually, I think we're backwards. I think.
Oh no.
Well, maybe we're not.
No, it's got 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the Jagged Little Pilsner, and then the Head Over Heels.
Okay.
That one looks really interesting.
That looks good. All right, so my number 1 is the Cherry Bomb, which I feel like we both need to try this one at least.
For sure.
My number 2 is the Back in Black, which, if I remember right, that was definitely a stout. I think it was more of a s'mores type deal. No, actually, I'm wrong, because my number 4 is just the s'mores. And then my number 3 is that Whole Latte, Whole Lot of Love, which they described was the coffee one. So I feel like we just need to go through and try our numbers 1 and all the way on through.
Let's do it.
All right, so Cherry Bomb for me.
Whole Lot of Love for me.
All right, skol.
Skol. You're gonna like this one when you get to it.
I'm excited for
the
that
coffee
one.
one. That's a really good one for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
This Cherry Bomb, it's a light beer with the hint of cherry. It's really good. That's actually super good, actually.
Strong coffee vibes, but
Nice.
not a dark coffee beer, which is kind of interesting
Nice.
too. So, all right, number 2.
All right, mine is the Back in Black.
And I have the Black Dog.
All right, dark ones.
Dark
Let's
beer.
go.
Here we go.
Skol.
Skol.
I don't know what you got though.
Oh, that's a nice dark stout. That's really good.
This is pretty good too. It's probably not as dark as that, but still very good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. My number 3 is the Whole Lotta Love.
You're gonna like that.
All right, sweet.
Strong coffee vibes. I've got the jagged little Pilsner here.
Okay. All right. Skol. Oh yeah. I wouldn't have looked at this and said that's a coffee beer, but yeah, that's really good.
It is super good.
It's not often you see a coffee beer that's not a stout. This is a Pilsner, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that's really good.
It's different, but in a very good way. This is good too. Very crisp, refreshing, light. I like it a lot.
Yeah. And my last one, my number 4, is the s'mores. And honestly, other than the coffee one, this is the one I'm most excited about after looking at their menu. So.
And I've got the head over heels, which the color on this thing is just
that looks kind of dark hazy.
Out of this world, almost.
That's pretty cool. Almost doesn't look appetizing, but I'm sure that's going to be delicious.
It smells good.
All right, let's try it.
Let's go.
Oh, that's s'mores all the way.
You're gonna.
You
like
need to
this
try
one.
this s'mores.
Yeah, and you need to try this one.
All right,
we're just gonna do that right now.
All right, Skol.
That's this is kind of like our beer. The
Skol Hop.
The Skol Hop beer and like an arms race, kind of like a hoppy amber.
Okay. All right, let's go. Skol.
Skol. That s'mores is pretty good too.
This might be my favorite, honestly.
That's a good one, isn't it?
All right. Well, all these are fantastic. We did confirm they're all, house divided brews. So I'm excited to finish the rest of these and then head on home to finish off the brew hop. It's kind of bittersweet. So
but
I'm going to go with the whole latte to skull this off.
I'm going with the head over heels.
All right. Well, come check this place out. It's awesome, and you will not be disappointed by the beers. Skol.
Skol.
What's up, Skol Hoppers? We are finishing off the Brew Hop Tour, episode 50.
We're done, and it's bittersweet. You said it a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Sweet because I'm tired. I want to go home and I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
I want to give my kids a hug.
Yeah,
Sleep in my
do
own
miss
bed.
the family. I miss the kiddos.
But it's bitter because we love beer, and we tried a lot of really good beer.
I wish we could list out. We probably could if we went back through all of it, because we named everything. We could probably list out each individual beer we tried, because what do we have? 3 different flights.
Yeah, I think we had flights at several different places. The other places we went to, we just got one beer.
Straight, yeah.
But yeah, we went to 11 breweries in 2 days.
All the way, we started at Big Grove. Or no, we started at Reunion in Iowa City.
Reunion Brewery, Iowa City.
And then we kind of went around Des Moines and then kind of came back to, we ended up in Cedar Rapids. So we finished up at House Divided, which, talk about that was like a mixture of a small town bar and a brewery. It was a small town brewery, and just being in Ely kind of made me want to move there.
It was a cool little town.
If you live there, you could have your daily driver be a golf cart, and that's just where you drive to Casey's and you drive to House Divided and you live your life. And I'd love to live there. That'd be freaking awesome. But that brewery was great. All these breweries have been amazing.
Yeah, we have not had a negative experience anywhere we've gone. Every place we've gone, we've brought not a ton of equipment, but just a small camera and just a little bit of audio equipment to capture all of the awesome stuff that we're doing. And every single place has been like, oh yeah, sure, you want to go sit over there?
Yeah,
that works for us.
Yeah.
And we've gotten a few cool conversations with some people, and we passed out some Skol Hop stickers to a handful of people while we were out too. So it was cool. It was a lot of fun, and I'm already looking forward to next year.
Oh, next year, let's go right now. Actually, let's go home, go to bed, and then wake up, and then we can go again.
Yes.
But yeah, this has been head over heels. It's been the way better than I thought it would be. I honestly figured we would get through this whole trip and we'd have at least one brewery that we'd walk out of and be like, yeah, we can't really use anything from there because they were terrible. But no, everything has been so awesome. Every brewery, at least at the very minimum, didn't care that we were filming or doing anything. And most of them have been like, oh yeah, that's super cool. Like, yeah, let's give you a booth, or we'll figure out whatever you need. And service has been great. Beers have been awesome. Food's been great. Iowa has some amazing breweries, and I feel like we've barely scratched the surface.
Yeah. You have hit the nail on the head there. We have barely scratched the surface, and that's why I think we got to go back for another one next year.
Every year.
We got to do it.
We got to hit every brewery at this point. That's my goal.
The other cool thing that kind of came of this trip was we got some beer in the cooler in the back of the car here that we're going to be able to try on the Skol Hop that we wouldn't normally be able to get in our typical locale.
Yeah.
So taking this trip has kind of opened up those opportunities for us to try some new beers, hopefully promote some other great breweries here in the great state of Iowa, and I mean, just continue to celebrate the great beer culture that we have in Iowa.
Yeah.
So,
and now in the future, now we can focus on the upcoming Vikings season. We talked a little bit about training camp coming up. JJ just signed his contract, and Dallas Turner should be, hopefully by the time you're listening, he should be under contract as well. Training camp's just right around the corner, / maybe even going on right now, depending on when you're watching and listening to this. And here we go. We're ready to watch the Vikings win 10-11 games this 2024 season. Let's go.
It's a little optimistic, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And we're always rooting for the purple and gold.
Yep.
So.
And next week, I believe we've got our much anticipated Pick'em episode when we're going to go through and we'll try to reveal our win-loss game by game through the Vikings season, who I think is going to win each game, who Evan thinks is going to win each game. We're going to ask both of our wives and then get a opinion from both of our sets of kids on who we think the Vikings are going to win.
And do a coin flip.
And then, during the episode, we'll do the coin flip, I had a blast with that last season. And that seemed to be a decent episode, so we're going to do that again. So,
and in full transparency, we have not disclosed any of that with each other.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
So
I've kind of been forefront on how many games I think the Vikings might win, but
and I have
game
with
by
you.
game, nobody really knows. So it'll be a surprise for both of us.
It'll be a good episode. So make sure you tune into episode 51 next week, and we'll have that for you.
Yeah, and to close out the Brew Hop, and until the Pick'em episode, Skol.
Skol. Hey Vikings fans, Evan here from the Skol Hop, and we just wanted to say thank you again so much for listening to the Skol Hop, and we also wanted to take one more opportunity to let you know that this episode of the Skol Hop has been brought to you by Big Top Ventures. If you're considering taking an all-inclusive trip to either Mexico or Jamaica, reach out to our friends at Big Top Ventures at bigtopventuresllc@gmail.com. Once again, that's bigtopventuresllc@gmail.com. You can get the lowest rate possible on several all-inclusive resorts throughout the region. Big Top Ventures. Step right up to your next big adventure. And thanks again for listening to the Skol Hop. Skol.